Assalamualaikum teman-teman. Kembali lagi nih di channel YouTube sekolah kita. Mana lagi nih kalau bukan channel YouTube SMK Pawiyatan Surabaya di acara podcast NGOBRAS, Ngobrol Asik Bareng Sahabat. By the way, aku kan pertama kali nge-host nih. Jadi kita kan belum pada saling kenal nih. Jadi kenalan dulu yuk. Kenalin nih, namaku Dina Dwi A dari kelas 10 akuntansi 2. Nah, sekarang kita lagi kedatangan narasumber nih yang biasanya nanya jadi ditanya. Siapa lagi nih kalau bukan Pak Ngadimo, guru bahasa Inggris di sekolah kita. Hai Mr. Ngadimo.
Hi.
How are you today?
Oh, I think so far so good. Come on, please.
Gimana Pak tadi perjalanannya ke SMK Pawiyatan, lancar apa tidak?
I guess that I have some mistake because I come late. I will be at the last subject, but actually I arrived at that school. Children or the students going home. So I think it's never mind. But I like very much come to the class.
Gimana Pak kabarnya, sehat?
Yeah, you should. I never see sick. I'm very safe and very healthy now.
Alhamdulillah. Ya, langsung masuk ke pertanyaan aja ya Pak.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Where do you come from?
I really come from Surabaya.
But I know how old are you now?
My age will be 60 for the next October 2022.
What are your hobbies on a daily basis?
Well, I have a lot of hobbies. For example, that I like gardening, I like singing, and also traveling.
What is your educational background?
Well, my education background is English department in Surabaya.
Since when did you become a teacher?
As long as I know, I remember that 2006, I think, I started to be a teacher.
Did you previously have aspiration as a teacher?
Actually, I don't have any idea to be teacher. I don't have any aspiration to be teacher. Really, I don't know exactly.
What is the reason that underlies you to become a teacher?
Well, I have lived in East Kalimantan. That maybe in the 1985, when I saw that place and the rural area is so far away from city. There is no electricity. The children or the student have no wearing some shoes, and I feel that my heart is very sad. And by chance, one of the principal maybe asked me that can you help me, and I said yes. And then the principal said, can you help me for the teach my student? It's okay, I think I just help. That's right.
Have you professionally worked in a profession other than a teacher?
Okay, would you like to repeat once again?
Have you professionally worked in a profession other than a teacher?
Yeah, I think is a very clear. It's very nice to be teacher. Actually, a time ago I have some work just like to be guide. A guide is always accompany my girls. For example, we are going to Mount Bromo. We are going to Pawiyatan. That year, want me to accompany them. Go over there. Is with 3 or 4 days. Just just like that. It's my words, my old words, my long time ago. Yeah, my old work. That's right.
How how did you feel when you first start your profession as a teacher?
Yeah. Well, I'm very surprised because I never heard the noisy at the class. There are many students cry out and and talk together. But we, for the first time, must be prepared for the material and the explanation in the front of the class. That's right.
In the teaching process, what subject that do you teach to your students?
Of, of course, I teach on English. Of course, I teach English.
What is, what is your response when students have this dif- difficulty learning in class?
Yeah. For the first time, when we learn English, a lot of students feel got difficulties because the student I'm not complete, I'm not accustomed to be speaking on the public place, and at that class I give some suggestion to make a partner so that we can learn together, learn with your partner in the class, can speak in English.
What are the most important things the children need to understand in the next year?
Sorry, can you repeat once again?
What in the most important things that children need to understand in the next year?
Next future, you mean? Next future? Next future, you mean? That's right. It's okay. Come on. Okay, would you like to repeat once again?
What are the most important things that children need to understand in
Oh,
the next year?
the most important, I think that the student must be repeat and repeat again how to read skimming, how to read scanning. So over and over again, he or she understand about what they read. Okay, right?
In teaching, do you focus in the child's strength of weakness?
Yeah. Every teacher must be know the strengths of weakness of the student. Uh, I think a lot of the class uh, maybe that 10 or 5 students can look smart, but actually there are any student didn't understand what the teacher say, so that the other student can help the other student and if they don't understand, we must ask the teacher.
How are creative activities utilized in children's daily learning in class?
The way of learning at the class, sometimes I need a game, sometimes, for example, I have a practice about Chinese whisper. Chinese whisper is we write on the piece of the paper, and I give to the student, and the student and whisper to the other student. This is some creativity, so that the student can be focused between she or he speak or whisper to ears friend.
How do you encourage
Come on.
How do you encourage children to think critically?
Creativity, you mean? Yeah, come on. It's okay. Never mind. Would you like to repeat once again? Slow down.
How do you encourage children to think critically?
Yes. Uh, the learning must be creative, so that the student easy to understand, easy to practice. Uh, there must be have some communication skill. That communication skill is how to deliver some minds to the partner.
What can I do to help my child enjoy reading and become literate in reading?
Yeah, I have told you that if the student didn't understand, we must over and over again, uh, repeat and repeat again, because can be a habitual action when they speak in the same place on the in the class. I think it's right.
Silakan diminum dulu, Pak.
Okay, thank you so much for your ordering. Kelihatan grogi. Bagusan tadi ini. Potongan enggak apa-apa. Tadi bagus jelas kan. Sekarang nggak jelas. Oh, jangan grogi, nah. Biasa gitu loh. Iya. Justru tadi di sana jelas enak loh. Sekarang kok suaranya hilang.
Grogi, Pak.
Enggak, hilang kan nanti lego nanti kalau sudah.
Grogi, Pak.
Iya.
What are your efforts to that child in the past can learn in the best way?
Yes, as I'm to be teacher, I must be explained clearly the material purpose- uh, purposely, and that the children is easy to understand. If he or she didn't understand, don't be hesitant to ask me, because diseases must be over and over again. Everything we use that in the custom and daily life, so that we can practice in English more clearly.
What teaching methods do you use?
I usually that if you ask me about the method, I would like to discovery learning. It means discovery learning is there are six steps. For example, we must be prepared for the PowerPoint. We must be prepared for the video, and then we can ask the children and to find new information. And also, is the most important that we must be divided the class into five of group. Uh, at the last, that any verification. Yes, that's it.
What learning models like lectures, games, demonstration, problem-based learning do you use most often in class? What are the benefits?
Uh, that if I use discovery learning and also game, uh, the benefits is easy to understand by the student, and student can be learns independence, and also if the student understand about this material, uh, the student can ask me like that.
Are the any learning facilities in or city that you can recommend as crucial for children's learning?
For the children, well, I think that if we want to go just like a trip to the zoological garden, that we can learn the species, and we learn a new thing in the zoological garden, and so many to do and to see over there.
Do you think games on cell phones can help children learning process?
Yeah, I think cell phone is now is to be a prima donna for the student, because almost routine days, the student must be held or must be look on the cell phone. But the cell phone, there are any other information, for example, in the YouTube, in the website, we can easy to find information. So it's a very useful for the student.
Good. Cleaning technologies, website, forum, application, games. Can you recommend to support children's independent learning?
Uh, Normally that I need Google Classroom, and also Zoom sometimes, uh, so that it can be uh, easy to learn independent, because we know the time, we have no we have the limit time to divide it. We have a lot of time. I mean, we have a lot of time uh, to make the children more active, but we are where no see. I mean, there is no face to face at that class. I mean, we learn from the Google, from the Zoom, uh, because there is now there are any pandemics.
What are your most common barriers to you child progress in learning in your classroom?
Sorry, can you repeat once again?
What are the most common barriers
Oh yeah.
to you child progress in learning in classroom?
Okay. Um, I always keep some picture or some material I put on the classroom, and also if the student understand, if the student are not understand about, uh, they can be contact me by the WhatsApp and so on. Uh, because in this pandemic we can face to face, so that it would better we are use Google Classroom. There's some other application like that.
How do you view the current educational tech?
Sorry, could you repeat once again?
How do you view the current educational tech?
I think in this era, that every teacher must be learns new thing, because now the everything must be fast. For example, a time ago there is no any computer. The old teacher must be read on the whiteboard or the blackboard, but now we can write on the computer, so that we can perform on the screen. Yes, I think it's really really wonderful.
In your opinion, what in your main role is as a teacher in your child learning process?
Could you repeat once again? Okay.
In your opinion, what in your main role as a teacher in your child learning process?
Okay. In my mind, is the teacher's role is just to be guardian, facilitator, mediator, just like that. It's just like a friend, because now it's very different than the old learning. Now we give us some like first in the class, uh, their time is very 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 fast, so that it would better we make some material, uh, some books to give the student, so that the student is can be easier uh, to read.
Are there efforts that must be prepared by you in the teaching process? If so, what efforts should be made?
Uh, I think that every teacher must be have some lesson plan, yeah, because lesson plan is there are any material, there are any procedure, there are how to teach the student at that class and how to give a good material to the student. We must be prepare before that. In Bahasa Indonesia, we call RPP. Yeah. It's same thing with uh, lesson plan.
How is the average ability of your student in understanding the material present?
Well, I didn't know exactly. I didn't know exactly that how the average of ability of the class, but I should know that, for example, uh, if at that class there are 30 students, uh, then I give some explanation, or I give perform to watching the video, uh, and after that I ask them. I ask them. Uh, it's more maybe a 10 over 5 shouldn't understand. The rest didn't understand.
Did you experience difficulty in the process of delivering in material?
Yes, of course. Uh, you know that the teacher is the human being, but sometimes we overlap. Uh, we never read, we never learn, so that the result the is the best for me to give some material, because there is no some preparation. That's right.
How did you overcome this difficulty?
Yes, I had told many times that if the student didn't understand, I will keep explanation as some slow down, and we keep some synonym. We change by Bahasa Indonesia, so that it's easy understand, because at that class uh, it's not. I mean, it's various of student. They are come from Maduris, for example. There is come from Java and the West Java. So that is different culture and knowledge.
Have have there been significant change and progress towards students during your teaching and school?
Uh, I think it's really hard for me to answer this, because sometimes it depend on the student itself. There are want to more higher. I mean, higher than the before. I mean, it's the material. Uh, the material must be uh, we read more and more and over again, so that is we know that what's the main point is the first paragraph, and I think it's that's all.
In your opinion, how do you manage a good time between studying and other activities?
Well, you can ask me about between the activities and works. Sometimes we are uh, l- we make some leisure time, or we go to the uh, trip to Monument Arrow, for example, uh, we can learn, we can study over there. Uh, because is over there, there is any explanation about that. Uh, for example, what's happening, and yeah, it's others. That's, it's okay.
Do you have any plans to take another course?
Oh no, I don't have any plan to teach the other school.
What are your most memorable and experience of joy and sorrow during your time as a teacher?
Yeah, as I to be teacher, I feel sorrow if my student didn't understand didn't understand what about my material, and I would be glad. I'm very happy if the students uh, is become so smart, and train and train and read and so many others what they do.
Do you have any suggestion to motivate the next generation to become the teacher in the millennial era? If so, please share the suggestion.
Yeah, right. The in the millennial era, that many boys and many girls is live with a cell phone, live with a cell phone. Uh, for example, they if they want to watch the television, they didn't watch on the television, but he looked for the cell phone, and also uh, the student have ever have not ever have not ever read in the magazine, but majority have a look on the cell phone.
What do you consider important in your life?
Sorry, could you repeat once again?
What do you consider important in your life?
Well, I think it's hard. I think it is in life. It's for me that uh, if we want something make our happy, make our be religious, uh, I think it's okay. That is his last or destination. We must uh, try to reach so much, and uh, going everywhere, or to take some comparison with the other student, for example, that can be new knowledge for me.
In your opinion, what will your ideal life be like in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, I think as for me, in my opinion, that that I would like uh, live with the farmer, but the modern farmer, um, gardening, for example. Uh, we are to plant some vegetable. We will plant some fruits. Uh, can be product some food that is right. Uh, with we can be uh, healthy and a good life, and so many others.
What are you most afraid of happening in the future?
Now, I never afraid with the next future. I never afraid with next future. But I afraid if the generation, new generation, or I mean, millennial era, uh, the student be lazy, didn't care about their company. I mean, their friend, didn't care about their parents. I want that everything is clear that we are to be uh, student. A student will be a next future will be a man. Uh, must be responsible to the other person or partner, also their parents.
How important in family to you?
Sorry, could you
How
repeat?
important and family to you?
Could you say once again?
How important is family to you?
How?
How
Slowly down. Slow down.
important
How?
important
Oh yeah.
is
Okay.
family to you?
Mhm. Yeah. I think my family is number one. My family is everything because family can be supported our life, can help our burdens because we face the world without him, without a family. I think is nothing.
But do you think the dream family is like?
Yeah, of course. Every people want uh, the family. I mean, not is everything is smoothly. For example, uh, the good wife, the good child. The child must be obey their parents, and also the loyal is honesty to their partner.
Expert advisor, what kind of partner should I look for to have a happy family?
Sorry, okay, slow down. It's okay.
Expert advisor, advisor,
Advice, yeah, right.
sir, what kind of partner should I look for to have a happy family?
Yeah, I think it's hard to be a happy family, but we always try. Uh, for example, we have some good house, uh, good child, and good environment. We have some neighbor is always take communication with the other. So help each other too. This is make our life rightly.
How do you solve the problem?
Yeah, every people, our every man have some problem. If I have some problem, sometimes I pause for a couple of minutes and I take a breath and I think myself, uh, what can I solve this problem?
How do you calm yourself down after a fight?
Oh, right. Uh, sometimes I think diverse in my heart. If I have a problem, fight, for example, with my wife, and I to take some what do you need some to take to take just like to take medication, just like to meditation. That's what's wrong with me, what was right for me. So if I realize that, I think I forgive and I'm say sorry to my partner, and I think everything is clear.
What are the best memories from the childhood?
Oh yeah, I still remember that when I was child, I live on the near paddy field. There is any small like small river, and then I play together with my friend um, to take the water, play water, and we are loving fun. So we are cheery up when I was child.
The definition of success according to you.
I think every people is different to make some definition success. As for me, the success is must be in the world and in the next future. This is success.
What dreams have you fulfilled in your past?
Sorry. Could you once again?
What dreams have you fulfilled in your past?
Your
Your past.
I have a dream. For example, that I had think many times. I have think many times to fulfill my life better, but it is it's hard for me because we live in the world must be there are sad and happy. Uh, yeah, just like it is the real life. It is this real life.
Suggestion for the future SMK Pawiyatan YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, you must to take some communication with uh, I mean your friend, so that you can um, make friends, and also I suggest you that a lot of reading, because reading of the window of the knowledge, and make love for fun. I mean, you must be theory up to make a fun, and it's not cheap, but it's easy to communicate with with everything else. Yes, it.
Mungkin ada yang mau disampaikan lagi, Pak?
Okay, I think it's I think very much for you being here, and you take out some interview with me, that for the first time I on just like on the radio, we can any preparation to take interview, so that here it is for me. Here it is the situation. But I thank God, Alhamdulillah, that today we are safe and healthy, so that we can sit here and to meet you all of your friends here. Thanks so much for your invite invites me here. Okay.
Mungkin
I
ada
think
lagi,
it's
Pak?
no. I think it's
Mungkin gitu ya,
enough.
Pak.
I think it's enough.
Buat kalian yang mau tanya-tanya, bisa tanya-tanya di kolom komentar. tulisannya di kolom komentar. Mungkin nanti ada beberapa akun sosial media yang dicantumkan di description. Kalian bisa curhat, bisa tanya-tanya, bisa sharing-sharing. Oke, mungkin gitu aja sih. Thanks for watching and forget like, share, comment. Thank you and subscribe.
Welcome. It's over.